I'm gonna have it on free cam. I'm gonna do a mixture of free camera and player perspective in this game, and I'll also be switching to the enemy perspective as well, just to kind of get an idea of it all. So this is a very new player game that we're gonna be watching here. So everyone here is gonna be relatively low level, I would assume. Definitely have no idea about what sort of MMR range there would be comparatively, as it is unranked. Wind Ranger with her boots first has already gotten herself to the lane and is going to look to secure the bottom rune. But we've got Charlotte here on the Juggernaut. I'm not really sure where she's going. It kind of looks like she's going to be going middle. I hope she's going bottom. I don't know where she's going though.
And resolve your differences.
Cool. Alright, well. Didn't need to necessarily spin there, so you just wasted mana. But that's fine. That's fine. Got some casual pause action going on here. And, Custom Maiden.
My shadow leaps ahead.
Like a boss. Like a boss. Like, what the hell is this? Oh my god. Alright, so what I'm going to be looking for here is really just like how well she's last hitting and that sort of stuff. So let's, without further ado, let's put up the last hit chart. You can see she's focusing pretty well, and she's getting these last hits. That's good. You know, it's good to have your mechanics down for stuff like that. I would have also denied that creep just to be that guy. She got that last hit too. Good stuff. This Venomancer is zoning pretty well, and he's being annoying. That's really what you want your support to be doing at all skill levels. You could have denied that creep, which I would have done, and I usually emphasize doing. Good job getting all these last hits here. Alright, whatever. As long as someone on your team got it, Veno taking it isn't the worst thing in the world.
No.
And you're gonna grab your boots would be my assumption? Yep, cool. Some things that are nice about the Juggernaut is Juggernaut does have the ability to go into the jungle at a really early level and farm the jungle pretty well. That also would then free up the lane for your support to farm. But ideally, you would be doing a mixture of the jungle and the lane. Level 1 Frostbite's going to do pretty much nothing to you.
First blood.
And First Blood.
First blood!
With Dazzle on the top. Who knows, who knows. But back to Charlotte, back to Charlotte. And we've got a pause! Casual pause. Casual pause. Please wait, he comes back. Wow, we've already got some, like, cancerous stuff over here. This kid... I mean, this kid already dropped, like, the League of Legends link in chat. So I'm kind of expecting there to be some sort of silly stuff.
When last we left our heroes,
getting them last hits. Sitting at the top of the scoreboard right now, so you're doing pretty well. Pretty well. Yeah, this is a really low MMR, so, excuse me, unranked, so you couldn't necessarily have the expectation for Veno to be pulling and that sort of stuff, but if the Venomancer were to just, like, straight leave Charlotte in the lane, I'd be interested to see how the Wind Ranger and the Crystal Maiden would react to that. So I see that you're floating with your third point. Are you just being indecisive right now on whether you want to put in Blade Fury or Healing Lord or Blade Dance even? It's pretty there's a pretty popular skill build that was resonating a lot in the previous patch, where Juggernaut would go like some sort of mixture of 1-1-1 or like 1-1-4, and then just going heavy into stats just to make yourself inherently tankier. and then building in much more of a farming split push sort of role, like an anti-mage also. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think Juggernaut has such a really strong early presence that the Blade Fury can be pretty beneficial. So if you get Frostbite, you can use Blade Fury to get out of Frostbite. So this use of Frostbite, or excuse me, this use of Blade Fury right here, towards the end right there, it did not really accomplish anything. So you got your poor man shield. Again, we're focusing on our last hits. You're sitting at the top of the scoreboard right now. It's nicely done. That's nicely done. And there's pings coming out to middle. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I'm going to watch for a little bit in your player perspective, see how you were doing, seeing what you were looking at.
Every coin helps.
Oh, that was unfortunate. You could have gotten that one. So what I would like to see out of you as a player would be anytime that you're in the free time, like now, you know, I would be looking to be thinking about what my next item is going to be, and then I would put it in my quick buy. So you can do that by hitting Alt and then left clicking on the item, and then that would put it on your quick buy. And then I believe, or wait, is it shift? I think it's shift and left click. Then Alt and left click announces what it is. So shift and left click on it would put it on your quick buy by default.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Blood's a runner.
And casual troll ult. So what I'd really like to be seeing out of you here
Killing spree.
is what your next item's going to be on your quick buy again.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
So Venomancer wandered off, and now we need to be just looking to last hit and pay attention to the mini-map. You only have vision over here, which isn't doing much, and then here, so your whole lane's missing. You would want to act a little bit precariously, but at the same time, I don't think you need to, because you're in a pretty safe position here. You just got to focus on getting last hits, and that's pretty much it right now. Just last hit, last hit, last hit.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Good stuff. So you're sitting at 1,200 gold. You've got a lot of floating gold. Are you still being indecisive on what you're looking to purchase here as an item, Charlotte? Okay, you got treads. So usually you're going to want to go for phase boots on Juggernaut just to assert the extra damage that you're able to do with your right click, and it helps with positioning. See, also by doing the phase boots versus treads, it gives you the ability to use the phase in conjunction with the blade spin to really, you know, kill people, to, you know, get on top of them and kill them. Oh wow, they're doing damage here. So what I would have done in this exact situation here is I would have switched to intelligence treads, and then I would just ulted her and killed her. Or at least, you know, hit her 3 times with Omni Slash. Which would have done damage. 20 to... yeah, I think you could have killed her there. Yeah, so if you had switched to intelligence treads and jumped in here on either of these people by themselves, you could definitely get a kill here. So if you're gonna get treads, understanding that you can switch the stats around, the attributes, based on whatever's most important for you at that exact time is really important to know. He's just like spamming that shackle shot, hoping for the best. So think of it this way: if you're gonna have treads, you know, strength if you're worried that you're gonna be taking a lot of damage. Agility if you're looking to farm, and intelligence to make sure that you're going to be able to cast spells. You wouldn't typically go in a 3-1-1-1 build on Juggernaut. It would generally be like 1-1-3-1, or again, the very popular meta, as I had mentioned in the past, would be that you just do 1-1-1 and then into stats with the ultimate. But if you're following a player guide to just give you a little bit of familiarity with Juggernaut, then it's understandable. I wouldn't focus on switching your treads around just now, just because I do understand that it is difficult. But if you think about it, what are you looking to accomplish right now? Right now, you're looking to farm. So if you had it on agility, you'd be doing 8 more damage. So 80 is always better than 70, naturally. Yes, the Blade Dance does crit with Omni Slash.
Radiant's middle
And we got a TT scroll.
death.
Bloodseeker's murdering up top. Now, since there's no one bottom still, and you've got a full creep wave here, I would be looking to really apply pressure here and try and push the tower down. One of the big benefits of Juggernaut with the healing ward, if you're dropping the healing ward, you should be able to take the tower pretty well, just depending on whether or not you have a siege wagon in your push. When you have the siege wagon is definitely when you want to push. You know, you see, okay, so you can see the TA there, so you're backing up a bit. She melded. Whether or not you saw that she melded, you have the audio cue of her casting meld, and also she was walking up and then immediately disappeared from the minimap. So in situations like this, where you're very much alone and you're able to easily use the treads, then like opportunities like here would have been good times for you to, you know, switch it to intelligence, cast your healing ward, and then put it right back on either strength or agility.
Dire's top tower is being attacked. Radiant's bottom tower under fire. Dire's middle tower is being attacked. Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
So your team is suffering from a lot of not having vision, which can be pretty dangerous for you, especially if you're in the jungle right now.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
What I would do is, even though your team is choosing not really to have anyone play in a core support position, I would buy yourself a single observer yourself, and then I would put it out like in can't do it to the minimap. What?
Dire's middle tower
What?
damage.
Oh my god, I was so worried for a second. You could have just used your ultimate to get a quick kill there. So,
Dire's bottom tower under
anytime your
fire.
ultimate is off cooldown, you really want to look to try and get a kill. It's really important.
Dire's
Also,
middle
purchasing a
tower
Quelling
taking
Blade from the side shop can be really, really beneficial in
Dire's
expediting your
structures
farm.
are
It allows you to
fortified.
kill the jungle creeps much faster, and also you can cut down the
Dire's middle
trees in the
tower is
jungle
being attacked.
to, you know, more efficiently move around. So, for instance, you clear this camp here,
middle
you cut down
tower
a
is
tree,
fallen.
and go right here. You don't need to walk around, and that saves you time. And in a game like Dota, time is of the essence. Everything is based on time.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
Sweet anonymity.
Dazzle's doing stuff. I don't know. Charlotte's sitting on the top of the last hit, so she's doing really well there. They did abandon her pretty early in. If we see, she's up there in net worth too. So we're going back to the lane right now. I don't necessarily understand why, since the creep wave is up here and you chose to walk down over here. In that time, you could have cleared this small camp and then gone over into the lane. And then from here, you could have cleared like a creep wave and then gone right back into the jungle. Because your goal with Juggernaut is to try and like maximize your farm potential. Why are you running away? Okay, so definitely want to get closer before you start spinning in the future.
Never know
Never will you
Just
see
use
my
your ult.
face.
Just use your ult. Just do it. Do it. Just kidding. Oh my god, you should have done it.
Radiant's middle
Is she
tower
gonna
is
get
taking
away?
damage.
Gets away.
A dominant
Oh.
performance.
Yeah, so it's 13 minutes in, you're level 9, almost 10, and we haven't used our ultimate yet. Your ultimate is so
Dire's top
huge. It
tower
does
is under siege.
great amount of damage, and it makes you, oh my god, Venomancer. And it makes you invulnerable to damage temporarily, too. Oh, jeez.
Battle Fury!
So Blade Fury is not going to stop the focus fire cast on you. However, because of the positioning of her and your creep waves, I would have responded to her focus firing you by just using your ultimate on her. Ultimate cooldown at level 1 is 130 seconds, so it's a little over 2 minutes. At level 2 it's going to be 2 minutes, and then, you know, level 3 it'll be just under 2 minutes. But, it's super strong. Super, super strong. And then once you get an Aghanims, down to 70 seconds. You're doing well to keep farming. That is for sure. There's a tri lane down here now, so you would definitely want to be a little bit careful just farming the jungle and then running away. Is this Wind Ranger going to find you now, or is she going for the bottom rune? It appears as if she's just going for the bottom rune. So I'm going to flash back to your player perspective and see what you're doing and what you can see. So you saw the Crystal Maiden. We've probably seen the Wind Ranger in passing. I don't know if we know about this TA though.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Are you gonna go be a hero there?
Dire have fortified.
Let's get.
their
Ah,
towers.
see, you've had your Yasha completed, but it's still been sitting at the stash, and the courier has not been used for a bit. So, just focusing on things like that, courier use, for sure.
Quite a spree.
Still waiting for an ultimate.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Still waiting for that ult. I'm taking notes also, so like if you ever see me like
Dire's
looking down
bottom
for a
tower is
moment,
being
I'm writing
attacked.
down stuff.
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
We got that Yasha. Hell yes. So Yasha is really nice on Juggernaut because it helps increase your attack speed and your farm speed. If you get your attack speed fast enough, you can hit them multiple times with your ultimate, which is why it was very popular for people to get a Mask of Madness on Juggernaut, proc Mask of Madness, run up to people, and then use the
Radiant's middle
ultimate.
tower is being attacked.
I do feel that the Mask of Madness on Juggernaut is a pretty core item because it gives you the ability to increase your attack speed to being
Dominating.
fast enough
Dire's bottom
that you can get
tower
multiple
under
hits
fire.
in during your Omni Slash on people. I wouldn't necessarily say that Juggernaut is the... Oh, no, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? TP out! Alright, good. Oh, late! So late. Oh, you should have lived there.
Radiant's middle
So the
tower
moment you got
stays
ruptured,
attacked.
don't run, spin TP. That second. You should have been able to live there. But it was a good try. It was a good thought that you did need a TP. Just a little bit late on the thought execution. I would say that fighting as soon as you hit 6 at Jug is a good opportunity, because if you find any hero solo at level 6, you can probably kill them one-on-one. Also, like especially like level 11 Omni Slash, if you get on top of someone, you'll definitely kill them, potentially kill multiple people. So, for instance, if it's just Wind Ranger and Crystal Maiden next to each other, and you Omni Slash them both, and it just keeps bouncing back and forth between the two of them, you could very likely kill them both. Now, you're going for an Aquila after Yasha, after your Morbid Mist.
Mega kill.
Aquila is going to be a really early game item that you would get. So inherently, you would want to try to get an Aquila as one of your first items in the game. If you're going towards an Aquila at the 18-minute mark, then it's probably not the best item for the spend of gold, because it is It is over 1,000 gold.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied. Bastards.
Now, again, I'm reminding you that even though you're able to farm here relatively safely, we've got a little bit of vision up in there, jungle, this is still kind of dangerous. I would ideally want to have a ward, like here in the front for you, and then probably one over here in the jungle for you. So this would allow you to see if anyone comes up the lane or in through the jungle to try and like be sneaky and get a kill on you.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
That's very true. That Wind Ranger can use Wind Run to block the in-between attacks, but they'll still take the damage from the Omni Slash. You know, not the in-between attacks, but the Omni Slash. They'll still take damage from. Yeah, we are doing a replay analysis right now. That would be so broken if I could see people's spell cooldowns just as a coach. I think that was a problem in Reborn. I'm not sure if it's been fixed or not. Now, again, I'm looking at how your farming is and your farming patterns, and again, I'm just keep putting thought into that. If you had a Quelling Blade, how much more you could be farming by just cutting down trees, and it would also increase your farming speed. Now, you are moving over here without actually knowing much of what's going on. You are moving before you're thinking. Oh no! And because we don't have phase boots, we're not able to run through the creeps and catch him easily. And now you're running back away. So, with phase boots, you would have been able to get both of those kills, for sure. You were doing very well to make sure that you were always farming. I will definitely give you that. Yeah, it bounced on a Roshan a few times. So, my question, Charlotte, is were you looking at a particular item build guide or anything like that for this game? Or were you just kind of going a little bit more based on intuition? Yeah, Phase, Poor Man's Shield, Yasha, Mask of Madness, or, Mask of Madness prior to Yasha. Definitely good ways to go. Would certainly have dropped that healing word prior to starting to try and Roche. And you got shackled to Roche. Ugh. That was rough. So yeah, if you're gonna go for Roshan, you gotta have that healing ward down ASAP. But it looks like your team's gonna be able to clean. Never. I'm not cleaning anything up. And Dazzle gets shackled to Roche too. Oh, poor Dazzle-kun. Poor Dazzle-kun. The enemy team can't Roche. They're gonna try to though. Alright, so we'll just go back to your player perspective and see what you're doing here. It's fine if you have the preference for treads and to get a treads still, but to get the maximum worth out of the treads, you gotta be able to juggle it around between stats, because there's been a few opportunities where if you had it on intelligence versus strength, you could have potentially cast like your ultimate or something like that to get some damage.
This'll come in handy.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Tread switching is difficult, so I wouldn't focus on that until you get more comfortability with it. But just understanding that you could repurpose your stats around is just, it's a good thing to know. So if you're ever close to not having if you're ever close to having enough mana, but you don't have enough mana, and you notice your treads are on strength, try switching them to intelligence. Maybe you'd be able to cast that spell. Alright, so it looks like you're going S and Y here. Just a fine item to get on Juggernaut, very strong. It's nice to have faster movement speed and that sort of stuff. Gives you a little bit more sustainability and tanking.
Dire's middle
Oh
tower
jeez,
taking
what are you gonna do to that? What are you gonna do?
an acceptable amount of murder. Dire's
Darn.
middle tower is
So
being
what I would
attacked.
like you to do, anytime you're gonna TP out to a tower like that, so like for instance you TP'd out to this
Dire's
tower
middle
originally and then
tower
you started to
taking
farm.
damage.
If you're going against a Bloodseeker on the enemy team, you have to have a second TP scroll because of situations similar to that one. Not necessarily that one because you got locked down, but similar to that one. Like if you had a TP scroll against a Bloodseeker, you can almost always TP out. Especially as a Juggernaut, using your Blade Fury and then TPing, they can't do anything about it. They don't have any stuns on the enemy team that go through magic immunity, so that's really strong.
Monsters, all a killing spree.
If you're ruptured and you use your Omni
There's a
Slash,
third.
it will not hurt you, and you can hurt them very well. Just be careful about moving afterwards. You are
Godlike,
immune
a double slaughter.
when you are in Omni Slash. Again, ready? You are invulnerable while in Omni Slash. Okay, so remember that. I've seen the Omni Slash only used once this game so far. We need to be trying to make it a little bit more of a habit to use the ultimates a little bit more consistently. Your team's vision's weird. Look at this.
The slaughter continues.
Oh, Wind Ranger is literally killing everyone. Wow. Man, that's depressing. At this rate, it's really just, you know, keep farming, keep farming, keep farming, keep farming. And push.
Double kill.
Yes, you can TP while in Omni Slash, you can TP while in Blade Fury. You can cast any items while in Omni Slash. So, for instance, if you had a Blink Dagger on you, you could cast a Blink while on Omni Slash.
Radiant's middle tower is taking
You could cast a Soul Ring while in Omni Slash. You could, I don't know, what's something else that would be weird? I don't know, Shivas? You could use a Shivas while on Omni
Radiant's
Slash.
middle tower is
You can
taking
cast
damage.
any items while on Omni Slash. You wouldn't want to go Blade Mail on Juggernaut. Juggernaut's all about killing them, and killing them, and killing them, and killing them.
Radiant's middle
So, you
tower
know,
is
getting the
taking
Mask of
damage.
Magus, getting the Sage and
Dire's
Yasha,
bottom
potentially
tower
getting the
is being
Aghanims
attacked.
as well, would be like your go-to directions, then maybe following up with like a Basher or Abyssal, or something similar, maybe a Manta style, depending on how the game is going.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Wind Ranger's tearing up your game.
Tremendous 15 kill.
Tearing
Triple
up
kill.
your game. Okay, so you got a TP scroll. Something I've noticed is you have yet to look and see what... Okay, I mean, you very... Let me rephrase then. Very rarely are you observing what's going on with your team when these fights and situations are happening. Like, so for instance, my reaction is glancing at the minimap, I saw the courier moving based on these 3 wards that your team has down, and I would have checked the courier. Just to give you a generic example of, you know, see, while you're farming this lane right here, while you're farming these creeps, my eyes are on the minimap. So I would be like, okay, there's a TA, there's a CM, and then there's a Phoenix. I don't know if you're actually able to see this, I don't think you can see the Bloodseeker, but you could have seen the middle, for sure. Alright, so you have an Aquila. What's going on with Phoenix? Alright, Phoenix might be dead. Just keep farming. Oh man, oh man.
Earnage.
No, you can 100% TP while in Omni Slash.
Light quiver is empty.
Oh, and you choose to use the Omni Slash here. Omni Slash is always best purposed when there is the least amount of things around. Oh, see, we're using our blade spin here, which is fine and all, but if you drop your healing ward, you could have maybe, you know, saved your team. Or at least yourself. The healing ward level 4 is really, really awesome. 5% HP per second, with you having 1594. That is almost 100 HP per second. That is huge, you know? 100 HP per second as Juggernaut versus Blade Fury, you know, which is 140 damage per second.
Tower is being attacked.
Assuming that you're next to them and you hit. I'm not seeing as much healing ward use as you could. I've seen you use it in static situations when you're off jungling and stuff like that, but never proactively in fights. What you would find at the level which you're at right now is that people would very often hesitate to target the healing ward prior to you. So they're going to be fighting you, not the healing ward, naturally. So Dazzle should have just TP'd out, if he had a TP. I'm not quite sure. He did have a TP. Shallow Grave TP out. You're saved.
Dominating.
You beat the Flayed Twins.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
I don't really believe that Bloodseeker is that OP per se. It's just knowing how to deal with him. And, you know, knowledge is the biggest thing in a game like this because it's relatively complex. But if we look at this Bloodseeker, he's got a pipe, he's got Saint Inyasha, and he's got an ultimate orb. I mean, that's actually good on him for getting the pipe because his team needed a pipe and Phoenix wasn't getting it. But, pretty hard for you. So again, great situation for an Omni Slash. Oh, and you did it. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, God.
Juggernaut!
Cool. And you are out. Excellent.
Ha, ha, ha.
Radiant's top tower is under siege. Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
So I'm interested to see what your next move is. What I would be doing in your situation is to purchase 2 TP scrolls, TP to bottom tower, farm out the jungle and the lane. Your team needs vision. Your team is dying on vision. You lose games because of vision. And this kid keeps dropping League of Legends in chat. He's terrible. Net worth? There's net worth.
Performance.
Yeah, the later the game goes, the weaker Bloodseeker should end up being. That was pretty funny. Dazzle.
Battle Fury!
Quite a spree.
Good stuff. Good kills.
Lives taken.
So I see that you're going for MKB, which is good against Wind Ranger because it entirely disrupts her win run ability, because her win run ability gives her evasion and, you know, being able to have true hit that you can't miss. Super strong. I would advocate getting like an Abyssal Basher sort of thing in this game as well, just for the type of annoyance that the enemy team is. It'd be really strong to be able to have the bash and to lock them down.
Dominating.
I think that there's a lot of things that are harder to deal with than a 6-slotted Bloodseeker.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Illusion.
That is for sure. The best way to do it. Oh man.
Fire. my armor.
Haste.
Alright, so right now, again, your team is starving on vision. I would at least purchase a couple for myself and place them for my purposes. So, if you buy wards as a carry or a mid or an offlaner, place them where you want them. You know, place them in places that would make you feel safe with where you are farming. That sort of stuff. Again, another opportunity of Dazzle using Shallow Grave and not getting away. Glimmer Cape is pretty OP at these levels, and it's sad to see it not picked up or even utilized as well.
Dire's top tower is under siege. Dire's top tower is destroyed.
The laser! The laser! I would have ulted. Oh, he has egg. He has egg up. I would clear out the creep wave and then potentially. The fire spirits are going to slow down your attack speed pretty substantially, which sucks, but that's why it's strong. That is why it's strong. Now this is kind of dangerous for you to just run out there, just middle, because you don't have any vision. I would clear out the wave and then I would take the jungle camps.
This'll come in handy.
So we saw a quick flash on the minimap of Crystal Maiden. We saw that over here. We saw a quick flash. So that means that we could probably believe that Crystal Maiden is going to come in your general direction. So let's check the free camera. And look at that! Here she is. Have you reacted to it though? Dazzle. Oh, good.
No.
Oh, that's embarrassing. You can Blade Fury. Oh no, use your ult! Use your ult! Oh. So instead of Blade Fury, Omni Slash would have been the better move to do there.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Alright, I'm gonna switch back to free camera.
Twice the murder.
Stay dead.
Now the enemy team has a lot of negative armor right now, and the Wind Ranger definitely tore up this game. This is the weirdest Bloodseeker build. Getting a pipe. I mean, pipe's good against Veno.
Every coin helps.
No ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's still weird. So if we look at the map, we can see some good vision coming out of the Dire. You know, they have one from the Rune and Roche. They've got a Spire one there and a Spire one here, and then that one's pretty terrible. I don't like that one. I would have rather done one on your Ancients if I was the enemy. Alright, well, Rin Ranger's clearly a doofus. So you're in a little bit of a weird predicament. What I would be doing in your situation, I would get rid of that poor man's shield. It's not going to help you anymore, really. I'd get 2 TP scrolls in place. I would then TP to your tier 2 that you still have. I would farm out your jungle, push the wave, and then I would fall back to the base as needed. I would definitely 100% want you to get some vision up in this sort of region. And any fight that you're looking to take here is going to be really hard. Yeah, see, you don't ideally want to use your Omni Slash when there's all those creeps there. You want it either to be exclusively heroes, or you want to be using it for almost like an alternate purpose. Like, you're going to use it to get out of a spell cast or some sort of debuff or something like that. As we've mentioned, you know, you can cast your Omni Slash while
Make that 2.
Oh, pistol murder. Oh my god.
Keep murdering.
Oh man, these fights are silly.
Brings an end to pain, unfortunately.
Dire's bottom tower under fire.
The
Dire's
dank
bottom
god.
tower is being attacked. Dire's middle tower taking damage.
There's some heroes that can tank Rupture to the point where you can just
Dire's
straight kill
middle tower is
Bloodseeker.
now but a memory.
Get Blade Mail and start running around in
Dire's
circles
bottom tower under
while you're
fire.
ruptured. And just kill Bloodseeker. It's pretty
Maybe
funny.
no one attack Dire's towers for a few seconds here. Dire's bottom tower is being attacked. Dire's bottom tower under fire.
Dire's tower is under fire. Alright, it's cool you're leaving the base
Dire's
finally
bottom
to
tower
go
is being
farm.
attacked.
Gotta keep
Dire's
that farm
middle tower
going.
Dire's bottom tower
Gotta
is
keep that
full.
farm going. This is a great replay for you to look at. This was a great choice of yours, Charlotte, because there's a lot of really nice information we're able to pull out of this game. The Helmet Dominator is cool, but to get maximum worth out of it, you gotta dominate a creep and then use it to stack camps if possible, or even just have that creep follow you around as like a little buddy. I always name my creeps when I dominate them. George, Fred, Costanza, you know, whatever I'm feeling.
And getting to come back immediately after your
I think it's a good idea to name your creeps. Good kill. See, that is the perfect opportunity to use an Omni Slash when it's one by themselves or something like that.
two innocent lives
2
taken.
kills.
A dominant
3 kills.
Quite
Should be at
three-
4 kills.
3 innocent lives
Charlotte
taken.
murdering everybody up in here. So your next move should honestly be to kill these creeps, push mid, and end the game this second. Like that is what I would do. Octarine Core on Veno? That's funny. I mean, you lower the cooldowns, whatever. Alright, let's see what your team does here. I hope your team pushes the advantage to the point where you just end the game, because that's what you need to do at this point if you want to win. Let's check out this gold graph, because I haven't the entire game.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
From that fight,
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
that couple bad fights is all it really takes. Killed the Wind Ranger with the Godlight Street that's spamming League of Legends emotes, and there you go.
Dire's top tower is under siege. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Look how fast you're attacking.
Dire's middle tower is now but
0.51, and then with the
Dire's
ALK, or excuse me, with the attack speed from,
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
see, look at that, 100 per second. I would have given that healing, I would have taken the healing ward and moved it to the Dazzle, because Dazzle's dying. Poor Dazzle.
Dominating.
Charlotte's dominating. And the Omni Slash? Yes. 1, 2. Just gotta hit her once. Just once. Poke her.
I'm
Poked.
winded.
Dire's bottom barracks are
Dazzle
under
poked her in the way that she liked
Bottom
best.
barracks has fallen. Just to mix things up a bit, let's give mega creeps to Radiant. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's ancient is under attack.
I didn't see that coming.
Not so fast.
Radiant victory.
And then just like that, you were behind for so long. A couple quick team fights, and you're able to just like push your advantage and end the game. Hilarious.
You can buy a lot of allies with one of these.
A welcoming gift. That means it was the person's first game. So that was Wraith King's first game ever. He still had a Tango and a Clarity in his inventory at the end. Wow. So Charlotte, do you have any questions coming out of that game? I think the biggest things that you need to focus on, at least in like the early to mid game sense, would be courier use, mana, and spell efficiency, and using your ultimate to fight. You have your ult, it's off cooldown, let's fight. You know, just kind of stuff like that. I think those are big things that you can focus on right now. That just looks silly, doesn't it? I think that looks silly. This is indeed's face.